It's that time once again where we continue the return of Chris Benoit storyline. Welcome back to Fog Wrestling. Last time out, Halloween night, we brought back Chris Benoit, kinda. It's just the beginning, folks, but yeah, remember, this is just a bit of fun. Don't be taking it too serious. Don't be greeting, but this is how bad wrestling is in 2025 that we need to go to such lengths. And I tell you what, I found out some stuff while doing a wee bit of research and writing this script that I never knew, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, obviously on SmackDown, we get on SmackDown we had what happened, so make sure you check out part 1, it's on the video. The thumbnail simply reads Benoit's back, so yeah. So this is Raw. There's no point waiting to next SmackDown. If we're teasing a Chris Benoit return, you can't wait to the next week, you need to do it on Raw. So Raw begins with a recap. After the recap, we cut to Chavito. He's driving his lowrider. It's dark. The sun is setting. It's not quite pitch dark, but it's dark and it's setting. We then see a sign. It says Death Valley. Chavito then parks the lowrider on a street. He walks up to a mansion. We're wondering, what's going on here? He gives the door an almighty chap, a few raps at the door. Who could Chavito be paying a visit to in Death Valley? The Undertaker player. Undertaker answers in full dead man attire, unaware of what happened on SmackDown. Brackets, shite ratings, pal. Now obviously the ratings are mince. Undertaker lives in a secluded location in Death Valley. Probably doesn't have access to a telly. He's not been in WWE in this timeline for years. Hell, he might think Benoit's still alive, brother. But the point is, he's not aware of what's happened on SmackDown. This is Raw. So Undertaker's answered the door, full dead man attire. You see him there, standing at the mansion. Chavito says, "Si, senor dead man." Chavito, what can I do for you? Chavo proceeds to bring up Taker to speed, reveals what happened on SmackDown, the text messages, the cryptics, what's going on, the return of Chris Benoit. So hermano, I need you to dig up some holes and find that toothless aggression soul. End of quote. Taker reveals he needs a permission slip from Michelle McCool. But then all of a sudden, a limousine slowly pulls up on the driveway. The door opens. We see a pair of shoes. No chance in hell! It's none other than Vincent Kennedy McMahon. He hasn't been seen in a few years. He proceeds to walk up the driveway. Theme music blasting. No idea who's blasting it. It could be the stereo in the lowrider. It could be the limousine. Maybe Undertaker at this specific point in time was just listening to Vince McMahon's theme song, crying about the good old days of wrestling. I don't know where the song's coming from, but it's blasting. Vince McMahon proceeds to lambast Taker. You know who I need? I need the old Undertaker, not some pussy-cucked little bitch. I need that locker room leader, pal. Taker then last rides Michelle McCool through the porch. The three of them, Chavito, Undertaker and Vince McMahon, head off in the limousine to Ardrossan, Alberta, to dig up the coffin of Chris Benoit, ... Pause the story. Now, why are they heading to Ardrossan, Alberta? Well, because I did a bit of research into this. I typed in, just for the sake of the authenticity in this story, like, where is Chris Benoit buried? And it turns out he's not even buried. He got cremated at some funeral service, funeral home, in Ardrossan, Alberta. Now, the only Ardrossan I'm familiar with is the one in Ayrshire, but the more you know. Ardrossan, Alberta. Never knew it existed, but now you know. So, yeah, to bring you up to speed. That kind of took me off guard, because I did not know, Vince McMahon, Chris Benoit was cremated. I just assumed he was buried, and therefore it kind of renders this return pointless, because if the guy was cremated, then how do you bring him back? I mean, he's still buried at the end of the day, and this is simply for fun, a bit of banter. Welcome to Fog Wrestling, brother. But the point still stands. Yeah, I mean, if you're buried, I feel like there's something to resurrect, but if you're cremated, it's just a bit of dust at the end of the day, you know? Anyway, they're at the graveyard. The dig continues into the night. The coffin is now visible. But out of nowhere, a chain attaches itself to the coffin of Benoit. The three newly acquainted amigos, Undertaker, Vince McMahon and Chavo Guerrero, look up to the sight of another dead man, Kevin Sullivan. He says he cannot allow them to open the coffin. Chavito receives a notification on his phone. He takes his phone out. He reads that message. In full caps, bang bang, good night. Kevin Sullivan, who thought Chavito was reaching for a gun, America, fuck yeah, shoots Chavito, who then falls into the hole left behind due to the fact that Kevin Sullivan has now lifted the coffin out of the grave and started driving off in his vehicle, a hearse to be precise. Undertaker and Vince McMahon proceed to turn around and talk to Chavito, who says, Senor, go get Kevin Sullivan. So, Undertaker and McMahon oblige. They jump on Undertaker's bike. Undertaker gives Vincent Kennedy McMahon a backie, so to speak, chasing Kevin Sullivan out of the cemetery with Metallica blasting as the show ends. I could live forever, down, down, down. Anyway, guys, that's it for the second episode of Chris Benoit, how I would book it. I mean, we have to be honest, folks, this is fucking brilliant, isn't it? Let's not pretend otherwise. If you're honestly sitting there pretending that Triple H can book better than Fog Wrestling, then I don't know. You've clearly got something wrong with you. But yeah, I mean, imagine if you imagine we are tuned in to Monday Night Raw or SmackDown here in a couple of days, or Raw, whenever, and this was the episode of television you were given. Are you trying to tell me you wouldn't be entertained? If you're saying that, you're a fucking liar. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. We'll be back with episode 3 sooner rather than later. Apologies for the wait. I did want to have it up on Monday, but I mean, I see this entire video. I edited it and scripted it within an hour. Yeah, so just shows you don't need a writer's room to come up with shitey matches. You just need Big Stevie and a notepad and a couple of clips to put together a masterpiece. And yeah, baby, it's true. It's damn true.